Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know that you've been requesting a step-by-step tutorial on how to create a Spellbook macro. It deals with macros within a macro within a macro. I actually just did it, but Shadowplay, it wasn't recording my audio, so that was a waste. But hey, I got some practice in, so I'm going to redo everything. I'm going to delete Bob. I know you only just met, but me and him go way back, a good 20 minutes. So my heart is broken. So I'm going to recreate Bob. Aha! So he's back alive again. So we have Bob. This is our character. We're going to make him into a wizard. Level 5, just to bump up the proficiency bonus here. And we're going to make Bob a smart little cookie here. So he's got 20 intelligence. Okay. The next step is to create a global macro. So this macro is, actually you can even right click and then change the color here to make it a little fancy. This is referencing the macro spells that is within the character sheet Bob. Currently we don't have a macro, so when I just ignore all that. When I cast, I hit the macro spells, it's going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, because it's not referencing anything. Yep. So first things first, we need to create the top level spells. First, we want to whisper to ourselves, because we haven't done any actions to actually warrant to display to the Dungeon Master or anybody else. So we're going to be referencing the basic template default. The name of this macro will be called spells. This is basically just for visual purposes for yourself. You can name this whatever you want, and it'll still work. See, but you probably don't want it to be called that. You can call it Spellbook. Spellbook, boobs, spell, yeah, okay. Let's see, I'm gonna copy and paste some stuff here just to kind of get this moving along a little bit quicker. Okay, so what we'll be having is our spell save DC and our spell attack bonus. You probably don't need the attack bonus, but at least the spell DC is nice to have. So we'll see what that looks like. Yeah, I don't think this is necessary, because if you're going to be doing casting spells anyway, it's already incorporated in that. So yeah, this last bit is probably not necessary, but at least the spell save DC is nice to have. So the tricky part, the next step, is the macros within this macro. So let's do spell. Oop, I only did one bracket. Yeah, make sure you have 2 brackets, otherwise it doesn't properly close it. That's just how Roll20 works. I didn't go to school to learn this, so I'm not sure why they did that, but as just how it works, you need 2 brackets. We're going to be calling spells level 0 through 1. And this is the tricky part. So we're going to be using HTML entities. And the reason why we use HTML entities is because HTML isn't smart enough to know when the scope of this has ended. So in most cases, in most programming languages, you have basically an if statement, and everything within the scope happens. If you declare a variable, int number, integer number equals 0, you will not be able to call that outside of it. Those programming languages are smart enough to know that, hey, this ends this if statement. But if you have, let's say, a method that has this if statement within it, it's smart enough to know that this if statement does not, this bracket does not end this method. HTML doesn't know. It's not smart enough. So this is why we use reserved characters called HTML entities to do this. I'm sorry that I unloaded a bunch of knowledge on you. You just need it. I'm sure other people are probably going to tell me that I'm wrong or I missed this. I probably did miss a bit, but that's basically the gist of it. It just HTML doesn't know when stuff ends or starts. So we're going to start with that. So this is an exclamation point. Why this is needed to call a macro within a macro. I guess I could dig a little bit deeper into the Roll20's macros here, Wikipedia, to figure out why it's needed. But just know that that stuff is at your disposal if you want to dig a little bit more. I'm currently doing this, working on this on my break, so I don't really have too much time to go through it. So the macro that we're going to be referencing is 0 through 1. This will actually be the macro that's referencing within the character sheet. This is just the name of it, so you can see it here. 5, ending it. Okay, so this will be referencing the spells 0 through 1 in the character sheet, but we'll be using more spells than this, so we will be calling, let's see, we don't want to end it, so we want to do level 2, and basically do the same thing, just copy and paste this. My mouse is too sensitive. Level 2, and let's do level 3, just for shits and giggles, eh? Oh, bring out the... Okay. Oh, I forgot something. Oh, I forgot the 2 brackets in the end. There we go. So it didn't end, so it didn't know what to do, so it didn't display what was inside of that. So currently, if I click on any of these, it's going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. No ability was found because it has nothing to reference. Yep. But if we do this, there's 1. Out of character, hello. Hello world. Yeah, see? Okay, let's put some spells on Bob here. Let's do RayFrost. Magic Missile. Ray of, I think Scorching was level 2. Scorching Ray. Scorching Ray and everybody's favorite, Slow for level 3. No, I'm just kidding, it's Fireball. Everybody uses Fireball. All wizards use Fireball. So we're gonna have that, we're gonna have one of these and one of these. Let's set this up real quick. I'm gonna copy and paste some stuff here. Okay, so this is level... Okay. This is the total slots that I have at level 1 and total slots remaining. That's basically what this is doing. Yeah, 4 to 2. But we're not done. We need to create more macros within this macro. Let's see, let's call it spells. Spells equal RayFrost. And we can pretty much copy and paste what we used up here, because it'll be doing the same thing. Let's do Firebolt as well. And Magic Missile. Okay, so to get these spells, we just cast a spell, hit the up arrow, and this gets the information that we just basically cast. This is a lot easier than doing it yourself. You can go through and macro each one of them to make it a little bit more styled. That's up to you. But for tutorial purposes, I'm not going to be going through that. Just to kind of run things, make things move along a little bit quicker. Let's cast Magic Missile. So, now that we have 2 spells. Oh, we don't have 2 spells. I forgot to end something. Yep, right there. There we go. So, Ray of Frost will cast this. Magic Missile. And we didn't include Firebolt, so I'll just be like, oh, no ability found. So, let's do level 2. 2. We're going to copy and paste this. 2. Change this to level 2 instead of level 1. And what do we have for level 2? It's Scorching Ray. There we go. Now we just need to reference the ability. Let's do level 3 as well. And this will be Fireball. 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 Scorching Ray. Okay. So now we have everything pretty much filled out. Level 0 to 1. Firebolt isn't isn't filled out, so has no idea what's referencing. We have RayFrost. Ooh, crit. Nice. See, it automatically does the damage too. If we roll the damage, it should do 2d8. So it's automatically incorporating that the user leveled up, so it's a little bit easier to do that instead of customizing it. There are workarounds, and I've done it, but it takes some time, I think. Let's see. Yeah, the code looked like this. So if you want to go fancy, wait, did I? Yeah, no, that's bad. Bad coding practices. You don't want to hard code stuff. This is hard coded in here to determine the character level. So now it should do the damage automatically. Yep, it's a 2d8. Now it works. Okay. Wait, did it do the effect? It didn't do the effect. No. Oh, there we go. It's just slow. Okay. So you can do that. It takes more time. You can customize each one of these, add little effects. As a player character, that's pretty cool. I honestly, if I was ever a character in a game, I would I would go through and make sure all of my abilities have like little fun effects. These are free. You do not need to have a pro account or a plus account, so that's pretty neat. So now we have level 2. I can do Scorching Ray as well. And then everybody's favorite, Fireball. Level 9. Yes. Yes. Okay, so we went through and we created a fresh account. His name is Bob. We created a global macro to reference a spell macro within Bob called spells. We've created basically the mother of all the macros, which is called spells, and that is what this macro, the global macro, is referencing to. And within each one of them, within this macro, has a macros within macro within macros. So that's level 0 to 1, level 0 to 2, or level 2, and level 3. Mainly the tricky part is understanding that this is what's being displayed for you to see right here. This little brackets, these little brackets here, level 0, 1, that's what this is. But the actual thing that it's referring to is this. So this is the actual macro, and this is the character sheet Bob. So we're referencing this macro within Bob. These HTML entities are required for this to work, for macros within a macro, because otherwise it doesn't know if it actually ended this spell sheets section of the macro. And if you don't do these HTML entities, it will just break. So these are required. If you want, you can go more in depth with the macros Roll20 advanced usage. If you want to go even further, there are websites like W3 Schools and etc. that will go even further in depth. This isn't my field of study. I mainly deal with other programming languages, so this, maybe one day I'll look into it a bit more. But I guess just for the purposes of Roll20, I had to dig a little bit just to understand it a little bit more. Did I go over everything? If you have a lot of time, I would probably customize your sheet. First, just make sure that you use, probably just do this and hit up arrows. This way it's 100% correct. And if you want to later, you can customize it if you know what you're doing, which I'm a little practice. Oh, I need a select a token. That's why it didn't work. Because otherwise you'll get, I don't know, the damage wrong. So you can easily just do this, just for the time being. You can still have the FX too. Let's see. Yeah, same thing. So on the safe bet, I'd probably do that. It's quicker, and then later on I would go through and each individual one I would change how it looks. So I hope this tutorial was useful, breaking down exactly how to make a spellbook within macros within macro within a macro. Uh, yeah. If you have any more questions, just leave them in the comments below. Sorry it took me so long. I've been going through and dealing with a job change. Nothing too serious. It's just basically getting a promotion. Uh, a much needed change of environment, let's just say. So, I'm sorry I've been kind of neglecting this video. Um, I do hope this helps some of you. And yeah, have a good day, and I'll catch you later. Bye.